This is the very first episode of Chicken Park. I think I made this in 2019, so it was about 5 years ago. You see how basic the drawings are? This is really just stick figures, which initially is what I was kind of going for. I thought the humor would be how little effort I was putting into this, But also the point was that I just wanted to see if I could learn the software. I wasn't trying to make quality product. I was just kind of throwing things at the wall to see how well I did, and eventually I figured I would get better, which I think I have. This is the latest episode of Chicken Park that I just finished, and this is literally a shot-for-shot remake of the first episode. I actually even used the same audio files through most of this. One of the biggest changes you'll notice is the characters, first of all, especially Kevin. He's the one I use the most. Kevin kind of represents me in Chicken Park. Just about everything about Kevin has changed since that first episode. From the feet, the wings, the eyes, the mouth has changed several times. Even the eyebrows, the rooster comb. I think the tie has stayed the most consistent, although even that, look, it's gotten looser with each generation. Then there's Junior and Sissy and the playground scenes. I've never even said how old these kids are supposed to be. Their age and maturity, I guess, varies based on whatever plot line I'm making up that week, But as you see, I gave them both complete makeovers, and I decided that Sissy would be kind of a Rhode Island red chicken rather than growing up into the white chicken like her dad. Buddy has also gone through several different iterations. Now, unlike Kevin and his kids, who kind of evolved, I was constantly tweaking and updating. I've just scrapped this character several times and started over again. Rico's another one that's been through a lot of little tweaks and at least 2 major overhauls. This latest one was mostly AI, but I did train the AI model myself, so I am still kind of proud of this one. Then there's Mikey, who might appear visually has probably changed the least in all the different versions, mostly because his body and head have changed very little. But the wings, the feet, and the duckbill takes forever, and it has been the most difficult for me. I've drawn probably 6 full versions with all the different sprites of this mouth, more than any other. And a little bit of background, this was the very first episode that I made, and these were the first 4 adult characters. And my thinking at the time was the 4 of them would be the main 4, and all of the plots would revolve around these 4 friends. Linda and Jake stylistically are basically just variations on Rico. A peacock is a male. A peahen is technically what Linda is, and they don't have like the bright colors. They're usually like dull colors, which Linda is. Which doesn't say anything about her character, it's just biology. I tried to draw the new Jake off the same template. I couldn't get it to work quite right, so I just started from scratch. But I still like how he turned out. The wedding reception bit takes 8 seconds of screen time.
Be the best hooker you can be.
This latest version took me 6 or 7 hours. I had to do the background, and then I had to edit the background to make the layers. Then I had to draw all the characters. Now I used existing parts that I already had. I drew these characters in AI, and then I barely animated them at all. Bride and groom's arms move, but the other 2 are just freebone characters. The Weekend at Bernie's gag was a little bit morbid. I put a little more time into this one this time. For Bernie's shirt, I used the same exact drawing that I made 5 years ago. Ghost Grandma was not in the first version of this. In fact, I only went back and added her after I had done the episode. I just thought it would be funny to actually see her like floating through the room cleaning up after them. That got to be a little bit complicated, so I did some flashback scenes, and these took longer than anything else, especially the motions when she's folding the laundry. That took forever. The 3D glasses at the funeral joke looks a lot better with some more detail. I recently lost everything on my hard drive, so I don't have these scenes to show you, but look at these screenshots, you can tell what the backgrounds and the scenery look like. So we had the establishing shot of the street, the playground scenes with the little kids, then the 2 benches scene. That's the main scene, or what I thought would be the main scene of the whole show would just be 2 people sitting on a bench and the jokes and their conversations, right? There's the background of the flashback with the wedding reception. Rico's house exterior. Rico's doorway, or Rico's foyer. And finally, there's Rico's living room. Now, I only had the one establishing shot in the original cartoon. But in the new episode, I wanted to put some time into these because I figured I'm going to be using them over and over. So you see here I have the little pigeon. He hops around and then he eats. There's the butterflies that I don't think they actually fly like that, but whatever. So this is the entrance to the park. I figured this would make a good introduction. So this is the original AI generated image. And the first thing I had to do was fix the sign. And then I had to cut out the background because I want characters to be able to walk along behind the gate. And then I had to generate a background and then cut out the sky so I can have the sky moving along, which here you'll see in the finished product. There is the neighborhood background image with the moving clouds. There's the park bench with the fountain and then people moving around in the background. I wanted to do an image of a statue in front of a government building that would be kind of like the founder of Chicken Park. And this is what I came up with, Vistiana Parkus. Vistiana Parkus is Lithuanian for Chicken Park. This is the playground scene. And this is the playground scene with the benches added in the foreground so you can see Kevin is watching his kids. Now this is the background for the 2 benches scene, which is crucial. Like I said, and this is how it was pretty much generated in AI, just like this. The only thing I did was cut out the sky in the background. The problem I had was combining this scene with this scene here. In the original, I could show Kevin sitting on the bench and the 2 kids in the foreground, playing on the playground. But in this shot, I couldn't do that. So I had to add the benches to the playground scene. And honestly, does this look like the back view of this? Not really, but enough that you probably won't notice. The angle's off, and these are a little more square, I think, than these. But that's how AI works. I mean, for every one image you see, I have to generate 1,000 to get something I can use. For Rico's house, I tried to keep the same basic color scheme. It's kind of a dark green. Here's the exterior, the living room, the laundry room where the ghosts do the laundry. And then there's the foyer, which is actually 4 layers. There's the inside of the house, there's the front porch, the house across the street, and then the sky in the very background. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I got more coming up. Shout out to the guys at the Cartoon Animator Facebook group who are always supportive. I'm not making any money off these. I just do it for fun. But leave me a like and a comment. It encourages me. Thanks a lot and have a good day.
All right, we're done here.